Straight ahead, a runoff in the race for president of OU student government. Chesapeake Energy is turning off the Christmas lights, and Indigenous OU students speak out for the safety of their people. OU Nightly starts now. Thanks for joining us. A rally earlier today by Indigenous OU students turned into a shouting match on OU South Oval.
Yeah, that's right. The event was called to raise awareness about the high number of murdered and Indigenous women in North America. But that quickly changed.
Real Sooners are bigots! Our existence, saying that we aren't even here anymore. If y'all want to call yourself real Sooners, y'all are calling yourselves colonizers, perpetrators of violence. So long as you continue to willfully be ignorant, you are committing violence.
Passed by the demonstrators, and few stopped to look at the information the group provided to support their positions.
And the votes are in, and the race for OU student government president, it isn't over yet. Students gave Isaac Hill 40% of the votes, Daniel Pay earned 47%, and Julia Depew garnered 13%. Since no candidate received a majority, Hill and Pay will face each other in a runoff election on Monday, November 16th. You have one more chance to hear from both candidates. They'll be joining us Monday in the studio to answer questions from OU Nightly's Vanessa Prado. That's this Monday at 4:30 on OU Nightly.
Oklahoma firefighters had their work cut out for them yesterday. Strong winds whipped up multiple grass fires across the state. First to an area about 6 miles south of Woodward around noon, a fire that shut down State Highway 34 for more than an hour. Crews were later called to contain grass fires in Lincoln County, Pottawatomie County, and in southeast Oklahoma City.
And you know, a lot of those fires were from the large amount of wind we had yesterday, huge gusts, around like 25-mile-per-hour winds. So.
Yeah, and I think it's supposed to be dying down a little bit, but I'm not sure. Sawyer, do you have more on that?
Yeah, I do, Courtney. So yesterday we did have those high winds come through the area, cause all types of fire danger. You can see those were associated with this low pressure system that is pushing off into Canada, and there's a cold front system that came through our area that's all the way back down into the Gulf of Mexico. So that's what brought us those winds. There were places in northwest Oklahoma that saw gusts over 50 miles per hour, so the wind was a big story. Now looking at our current temps outside right now, 61 in Oklahoma City, 62 in Norman, and 66 down in Idabel, so overall lower to upper 60s across the state except in the Panhandle. And now coming up in weather, I'm going to let you know about a possible freeze. I'm going to have your game day forecast, and we do have some rain chances that will make a return to the forecast early next week. And with that, a couple of chances for some wintry precip for some people up in the Panhandle. I'll have more on that in weather. Guys, back to you.
Thanks, Sawyer. And the report cards are in for the best state governments in America. And Oklahoma received a failing grade. Two organizations analyzed each state's ability to govern conflicts of interest, relationships between lawmakers and lobbyists, and open records. Oklahoma's F places the Sooner State 40th overall. 3 years ago, Oklahoma received a D and was ranked 38th. But the grading system is a little tougher now. No state made higher than a C.
And Hunter McKee is in the News Center with an update from the University of Missouri. Hunter, the school has named an interim president.
That's right, Courtney. The University of Missouri has named Michael Middleton as the interim president. He takes over for former President Tim Wolf, who resigned Monday following racial tension protests on campus. Middleton was a law professor for 30 years and recently retired. Also at Mizzou, police arrested a 19-year-old student who posted on social media that he would shoot black students in faculty. In Iraq, Kurdish forces are battling ISIS to take back over Sinjar, a town in the northern region of the country. This is an area where many Kurds live, as this operation includes up to 7,500 Kurdish Peshmergas. The Kurds are attacking 3 sides of the city to possibly take control of supply routes. 250 airstrikes destroyed many ISIS facilities. 2 suicide bombers killed 41 people and injured 200 more today in southern Beirut. According to online statements, ISIS claims responsibility for the attacks. The explosions damaged 4 nearby buildings. After the bombings occurred, authorities closed all entrances around the area. The exact motive for these blasts has not yet been determined. That's what's happening around the world. Back to you at the OU Nightly News Desk. Courtney?
Thank you, Hunter. The city of Norman has new developments and improvements popping up all across the city. OU Nightly's Tyler Jones shows us the newest project, Center City.
I think this is probably one of the most important planning decisions that the council will make and has made really in probably certainly since the TIF, so in the last 10 years.
Norman's Center City project has made its rounds through the city council and will soon be coming to the attention of Norman residents. The city's first form-based code project, Center City aims to bring together the local hubs of Main Street and Campus Corner. Plans to create a walkable area in the housing district between the areas brings in new housing concepts in hopes that they'll draw both local residents and the college crowd.
The 2- and 3-story townhouses in and around Tulane and New Orleans, the 2, 3, maybe small apartment buildings as much as 4-story. But that kind of, we don't have that kind of product in our market, and that's really what we want to create, because we know that that will support the businesses on Campus Corner and downtown.
This so-called missing middle would turn houses like this into something like this, bringing the homes closer to the streets, minimizing the need for lawn care while increasing the housing density in the area. The project will also change up Main and Gray, making them two-way streets while retaining the side street parking. If successful, the Center City project may expand to other areas of Norman, tying communities together and allowing for a more walkable, livable urban environment. Tyler Jones, OU Nightly.
The Center City project will not likely begin until closer to 2020. Still ahead on OU Nightly, calorie counting when eating out may soon get a lot easier.
Plus, one OU organization is helping Sooners pay for college in a very unorthodox way. Stay with us.
Chesapeake Energy said they are not lighting up their trees this year for the holiday season. Instead, the company is partnering with the Oklahoma City Thunder to support the Salvation Army Angel Tree Program and the Regional Food Bank of Oklahoma. Chesapeake executives think the money spent on lights could better serve those in need. The Salvation Army is seeking a 15% increase in families asking for holiday assistance.
Aaliyah Covington joins us in the studio with some health news that requires a glass of champagne.
Yeah, I think it's time to break out the crystal. Researchers say that drinking 3 glasses of champagne every week may prevent the onset of dementia and Alzheimer's. British researchers found that champagne contains 2 compounds that ward off brain diseases and boost spatial memory. An Alzheimer's Society spokesman said these claims need more research. The American Academy of Pediatrics published a study finding that half of ads for children's foods and drinks target parents. Researchers examined a database of all TV ads for packaged foods and drinks in the U.S. between 2013 and 14, singling out the products intended for children. They concluded 25 out of the 51 food products ads were for parents based on depictions of parental figures. Ads targeted parents 42% of the time for children food products. And a new study indicates that excess belly fat may be more deadly than obesity. Researchers analyzed data from over 15,000 people and discovered that men with pot bellies have twice the mortality risk of people who are overweight or obese, while women with similar fat distribution only had 1.5 times the risk. And we all know that a big cause of belly fat is consuming too many calories, particularly when eating out. But OU Nightly Cindy Hargard shows us help is coming soon to a menu near you.
This time next year, chain restaurants will be preparing to unveil menus that prominently display calorie counts. Some places, like Starbucks, already show customers what's in the food they're ordering. But does this dietary disclosure mean people will make better choices?
I wish more places put calorie counts on there because it helps people make informed decisions about what they're actually eating. There's some people that don't really mind, or maybe they're already aware that it's high in calories and it may not sway them. But the trend is eat healthier, be healthier.
It does appear that the usefulness of highly visible calorie counts varies from person to person.
I think it's probably a good idea. It'll help people decide what they want to get and to be healthier. But for Starbucks, for me, that doesn't really matter because I just want to drink that tastes good.
As of 2014, chain restaurants like Starbucks and Panera that advertised their calorie count typically had food products that were about 150 calories less than those chain restaurants that didn't volunteer their calorie information.
There may be some places that rethink some of their higher calorie options and hopefully can adjust those anyway. And if it happens to be because they're having to post it on the menu, then good.
We'll just have to wait and see if full disclosure results in a full turnaround in the American diet. Sydney Heiger, OU Nightly.
Well, do you think you're going to change your eating habits, Bijan?
I just like that people are making a conscious effort now, and even taking that extra step about reading and seeing what you're putting in your body.
All about moderation, too.
Right, of course.
Yeah.
Thanks, Aaliyah.
Thank you.
And Thanksgiving is just around the corner, and an Oklahoma City organization needs your help. Every year, the organization Other Options Friends Food Pantry prepares Thanksgiving meals for 750 people across the metro. This year, the food pantry is trying to raise $5,000 in cash donations and 100 turkeys and hams. If you would like to donate money or food, you can drop it off at the pantry. And still ahead on OU Nightly, the OU basketball team signed 4 recruits yesterday. And weather. Sawyer, what do you have for us?
Yeah, it's been a beautiful day across the area. I'll let you know how long this is going to stay in our area coming up. Welcome back to OU Nightly. Now looking over at the Physical Science building, you can see that not many clouds in the sky at all. And overall, it's been a really beautiful day here in the area. That will change as we go on into earlier parts of next week. Now looking at our predictor outside right now, you can see a high pressure system off to our south and there's one off to our north. These will be building into our area as we go on throughout the overnight hours. You can see the high pressure system building in over here, 41 in Oklahoma City by midnight, 38 up in Tulsa. And then at 7 a.m., that high pressure center is still building over our area, 35 in Oklahoma City and 33 up in Tulsa. Overnight lows tonight, going to be pretty chilly outside. 38 here in Norman, 34 in Oklahoma City. And you can see that freezing line going just off to our northwest. And again, we do have some freeze warnings, which I'll show you here in just a second. Afternoon highs for tomorrow across the entire state, it's going to be lower to mid-60s, so it's going to be pretty chilly across the area. As I was talking about, these freeze warnings are in effect for a big part of our area from the west all the way up to Tulsa, Bartlesville, and even into northwest Arkansas. So we do have the potential for our first freeze here in the area, mainly off to the north and to the west. Now your game day forecast for Waco, down in Waco, kickoff 57 degrees, mostly cloudy skies, those east-southeast winds at 5 to 10 miles per hour. And then as we go to the end of the game, temperatures will be dropping off just a little bit to 53. Now rain chances do make a return to the forecast. Now I've only got those at a 30% chance right now. That could go up or down. It depends on how this low pressure system comes through our area. Southeast winds at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Now looking at, this is a really cool look. Looking at our water vapor, you can see the dry air that's building over our area. That swirl up there is that low pressure system which brought us those 50 mile per hour winds. And then off to our northwest up near Seattle, that is our next rainmaker that will make its way into our area. You can see right here, just right above the OU Nightly logo, that's going to build on down into California, and then by Monday it's going to be up over Utah, and then it's going to swing towards our way, bringing with it a chance of rain and some winter precip up in the area. Now, don't get too excited here in Oklahoma City. We're looking at rain for most of the area, but snow up in the Panhandle is a possibility. Now, that is on Tuesday, so we still have a lot to go through with the models, and so that will overall change, so just stay tuned with us. Now looking at our 7-day forecast, you see the sun stays with us into Friday, 64 on Thursday and Friday, 61 on Saturday, and the clouds do make a return to the forecast. And then as we go into early parts of next week, 40% chance, a 70% chance Monday night for some rain here in the area. So overall, that rain is going to be back in here. Fall is back in store. So Bijan, guys, back to you.
Thanks, Sawyer. High school football playoffs begin tomorrow across Oklahoma, and fans now have a new option to wish their players well. The Oklahoma Secondary School Activities Association ruled schools can hold a moment of silence before competition. This will allow each person in attendance the option to reflect, pray, or meditate. Recited prayer is still prohibited over the public address system. And speaking of Oklahoma sports, Carson is here with a look at Sooner basketball. Carson?
Thanks, BJ. And the OU basketball team has its final tune-up tonight before the regular season tips off. And Bob Stoops and the Sooners have a big showdown with Baylor this weekend. Don't go anywhere. Sports is straight ahead. Welcome aboard. I'm Carson Williams, and this is OU Nightly Sports. The Oklahoma offense has seen quite a spark after the Texas loss, as the Sooners are outscoring opponents 232-50 during the 4-game winning streak. A big part of that has been the jumpstart of the offensive line and running game, averaging nearly 300 yards in that 4-game span. The offense knows continuing the run game success will be a vital key against Baylor this weekend.
These days, we're feeling like we can run well against anyone. With the backs that we have, with the front line coming along, we feel like we're gonna, make a big emphasis on running the ball.
Establish the run game first and foremost. It helps you out your passing game. Time possession's never really been our thing so far this year. We strike pretty quickly and we can score very fast. So, for us, it's about just holding the ball and manage it and on our own pace.
The Oklahoma basketball team inked 4 players yesterday on the second day of the 2015-2016 early signing period. Kristen Doolittle, a 6'7" forward out of Edmond Memorial, will bring a ton of size and versatility to the program. The Sooners also signed Auckland, New Zealand native Matthew Freeman, another forward who can shoot the ball really well. Cameron McGusty out of Katy, Texas, is one of the top-ranked guards in the 2016 class. And the Sooners also signed JUCO transfer Darian Strong from Coffeyville Community College in Kansas. Those guys will join the Sooners next year, but this year's squad will be in action tonight in its final exhibition game. Coming off a 60-point win against Washburn, Lon Kruger's guys will take on Mid-America Christian at Lloyd Noble Center tonight at 7 o'clock. The Evangels head coach Josh Gamblin, who was previously a graduate assistant for Kruger, will be back in Norman for the first time since leaving last year. The Sooners begin the regular season next Tuesday at Memphis. And Thunder forward and former MVP Kevin Durant is out again, this time with a left hamstring strain. He suffered in his hometown of Washington, D.C. Tuesday against the Wizards. Although head coach Billy Donovan believes it's nothing too serious, Durant will be out 7 to 10 days and will be reevaluated after that. And last night, Clippers Mavs, DeAndre Jordan's first appearance in Dallas since pulling a fast one on them during free agency this summer. In the second, good ball movement from the Clips. Former Sooner Blake Griffin finds Jordan for the alley-oop. Mavs up 3. Third quarter, Griffin takes this one himself, hits the baseline jumper. He had 21 on the night, but down the stretch it was all Mavs, including this deep ball from Dirk Nowitzki. Mavs go on to win 118-108. And Steph Curry keeps doing things James Naismith never thought would be possible in the game of basketball. For his latest act, Curry heaves up a desperation ball, hoping to get the foul, and it banks off the glass. We get it, Steph. You're good at basketball. But then later in the game, Curry with the steal and the deep 3 just before the third quarter buzzer. This guy right now is on another planet. And guys, I don't know how he does it. I don't know what he takes in the morning, whether it's like he's just eating Wheaties or what, but he's on another level right now.
A lot of Wheaties.
Yeah, that's what it's got to be.
Thanks. And still to come on OU Nightly, we'll have a look at that evening planner.
OU students got together today to help students bounce back. Straight ahead on OU Nightly.
I'm Rebecca Walters at the OU Nightly Update Desk. OU President David Bourne has been chosen to serve on a panel for the Schwartz Men's Scholars Program in New York City next week. Other panelists include Colin Powell, Condoleezza Rice, and Henry Kissinger. And a White House Secret Service officer was arrested after he was caught sending naked pictures of himself to a 14-year-old girl from Delaware, according to a criminal complaint today. Be sure to like us and follow OU Nightly on Facebook. That's it for now. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Rebecca. An organization on campus is raising money to help students bounce back. Sooners Helping Sooners set up an exciting game of bubble ball on the South Oval today to catch the attention of students. The group will be setting up games every Wednesday and Thursday during November to help raise money for their scholarship fund. All donations will be used to provide financial support for students in times of need. I'm going to be honest, I was pretty jealous I didn't get to play that game
Yeah,
because it looked like a lot of fun.
I've always wanted to do that, and what a beautiful day.
It was a beautiful day outside, and that's going to continue on into this evening. Going ahead and take a look at the evening planner. 51 by 7 p.m. It's going to be a clear night, but it is going to cool down a little bit. 46 by 10 p.m. and 43 by midnight with those north winds coming out, or those winds coming out of the north at 5 to 10 miles per hour. So it's going to be a pretty chilly night. So be prepared.
Looking forward to it. Thank you, Sawyer. And thank you for watching OU Nightly, brought to you by Gaylord College.
We'll see you back here tomorrow night live at 4:30.
Have a great evening.
Good night.